How many of you know that entrepreneurship, yet rewarding, can be a very lonely place? Can be a very, if you're doing it by yourself, a solopreneur, it can be an extremely lonely place. That's where you need community, you need support, you need like-minded people that can be there for you, that can help you, that can guide you, that can encourage you. This is episode 221. Today we are going to be talking about why entrepreneurs need community to thrive. Let's go. Well, hello there, gang. Welcome to the 30. This is episode 221. Want to thank you for being here. I am your host. Today, we're going to be talking about something that is, it can be, entrepreneurship can be, as I said, lonely. It can be challenging, but yet it can be very rewarding. So we're going to be talking about that today. We're going to be talking about what entrepreneurs need to get through the very challenging times, to get through some of the very difficult times. We're going to be talking we're going to go all the way down to Florida, actually. And we're going to be talking to a community member of mine. We share part of the same community. So we're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be talking about where she's at from her community. But this is the 30. Again, the 30 is here. We are a weekly broadcast, live broadcast. And our goal, our purpose is to help you, the viewer and the listener, to provide relevant information, relevant topics that can help you to enhance your personal, professional, and spiritual lives. So that's what we do. If you were with me last week, remember, you can get all these episodes on our YouTube channel. And you can catch it at The 30 with Patrick, The 30 with Patrick, and that's on our YouTube channel. Or you can catch it on our my personal LinkedIn channel or page, and that's Patrick Jackman. But good to have you here. Certainly, if you have any questions or comments, put them in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see how you're doing. Also, tell us where you are watching from. Tell us where you're located. I'm sure our guests would love to hear. And if you know her, just drop a chat. Just tell her hi, and she would love to hear from her community. So we're going to go right to it. I am going to bring in, as I said, a good friend of mine from Florida. Originally, I thought she was from New York. Now, all the times that I've spoken with her in our community, I thought she was from New York. But a couple of weeks ago, she said, no, I'm from Florida. I'm a Florida girl. So here we go. Toya, welcome to the 30.
Hey, dear Patrick, how are you, brother?
I am doing well. I'm getting some feedback. I'm not sure if you're hearing it on your end, so I'm gonna have to rectify that. But tell our viewers who you are and what you do.
Yeah, are you still hearing the feedback? I can turn this fan off. That might be me.
Nope, not, but that's on my end. It's on my end.
All right. So number one, Patrick, do you hear this voice? Do I sound like a New Yorker? It's Southern. So Southern. I'm just saying, Patrick.
Well, tell our viewers where you're from then. You're
Absolutely.
from where in Florida?
Yeah, so I'm originally from, well, South Florida is where I've spent for my formative years. And so that's Broward County, Fort Lauderdale area.
Okay.
I'm currently in Central Florida. I'm in Green Cove Springs, so I'm close to St. Augustine in Jacksonville, Florida.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Well, and then continue with what you do. I know you do a lot. So tell piece by piece, step by step, what do you do, Toya?
Okay, so the biggest thing that I do, family, is I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I have 6 children that are homeschooled. So a big part of my life is helping to educate the children. Aside from that, I'm a virtual producer. So I produce shows and events, podcasts like this beautiful one, summits, webinars for brands who help build folks in mind, body, spirit, and financially. And then finally, I'm a community builder. Community is important. Anytime I start any type of venture, I'm looking for community because I realize I cannot do these things by myself.
So we've been talking about community, as you know, for about 2 months now.
Yeah.
And let's talk about we talked about it mostly from a leadership standpoint, but leaders can be both for profit, non for profit. Leaders can also be entrepreneurs and business owners. But how would you define the word community?
That's a good question. I'm a layman's terms type of girl. So really it's just the people that I connect with that we have, there's a like-mindedness happening with, there's a reason that we're together and we're there to support one another.
Okay, that's as plain as it can be, right? Like-minded, fantastic. And how long have you been in business, Toya?
So I initially started in 2018. My first business was, well, let me a little further back. I'm like a lot of us. I started with network marketing. I made my first $35 as a network marketer, and from there, I decided that I wanted to have something that was really, really my own. So I started a virtual assistant business in 2018, and I started doing bookkeeping for entrepreneurs. But I found it to be extremely boring for me. It was not fun, so I had to stop it. And then I went on to social media management, which matched what I was doing at my job at the time. I was a social media content specialist. And so I did social media management for a while for folks. And am I keep going or am I
Yeah,
good?
just
Okay.
just keep going.
Okay. So from there, at the beginning of the pandemic, I lost my job. I had been there about 10 years. Amazing job. I was able to work from home when people weren't really working from home. And my manager came on and said, Toya, we appreciate everything that you've done, but we've got to make a business decision. There's a pandemic. We got to let you go. And so
Mm.
I was so grateful that I had started that virtual assistant business because it was a start for me because I ended up being from there a full-time entrepreneur. At that point, I filled out so many applications, Patrick. No one would hire me then in 2020 and into now. I have not found a job, so I'm a full-time entrepreneur. And
Awesome. Yeah,
yeah.
that's great. And I know you do a lot of virtual producing. We had a conversation because we share something in common in terms of your dad is a pastor and you do a lot for churches in terms of producing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I'll say my dad, I saw at the beginning of the pandemic, he was getting on Facebook with whether it was his church or trying to do his own show. Patrick, it looked horrible. It was for lack of a better term, it was ghetto. And so I'm so grateful that I had learned how to use these third party tools. So that's really how I started to do this production work. I helped my father, so don't negate doing free things, so you can learn whatever it is you need to learn to be an expert. And so yeah, I started doing his church services. I started doing he eventually created a show of his own, and which he still has now. And yeah, from doing his church service, other churches would ask me if I was available. So I got the ability to work with churches all over the country, from
Wow,
my home office.
that
Yeah,
is fantastic. So you
yeah,
have not just the marketplace community, but you also have the community in terms of spiritual community,
absolutely,
church
absolutely.
community. That's great.
Yeah.
And how are both doing?
How are the shows doing? How is that what
Yep.
you asked? Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of the marketplace community, in terms of your support, and then from the church community standpoint.
The churches are still doing virtual. Some people prefer it. And especially people who are older people, or people who are just not as mobile. It's just such a great outlet for people to be able to still be connected with their church community. So it's still flourishing. We still have, honestly, especially for his show, same amount of people, still are coming on to view the show, the church service every Sunday. So it's I would say it's thriving.
So you are quite busy talking. How do you manage all those things and then homeschool the kids as well?
Yeah, so I think a very key component of what I do, I feel like it's part of my calling, and I just hope that everybody taps into their calling. And because as we've learned, right, when you're doing things that you're called to do, it's like it's not work; it's extremely fun. As you know, right before I came here, I'm juggling a couple shows right now. I got producers, but you know what? It's fun, and I feel called to do it. It's not the stress or whatever you want to call it. I enjoy it to the utmost. I remember being at work and just looking out the sixth floor window, just like, Lord, when can I get out of here? Like, I did not want to be there. So I'm right where I'm supposed to be in this season, so I'm grateful.
That's
I can do it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So let's shift to the topic why entrepreneurs need community to thrive. So we started talking about that. Tell me a little bit more about why you think it's important for entrepreneurs to have a community in order to move from where they are to where they should be.
Yeah. So for one thing, many of us, especially if you're starting out, you're a micro business. It's normally just you, maybe another person. And let me tell you, dear brother, dear sister, ain't no way you can do it all by yourself. It's just not. And even if you do have everything automated, which is possible, I know a couple of entrepreneurs that do most of everything themselves. Sis, you get sick. You get sick. Things happen in life. All kind of things just happen that you have no control or that you can't even prepare for, and you just need community.
Mhm.
If someone just to bounce out ideas off of, someone to sit in for you for a little bit. If you don't have community, you have nothing to draw from. You just
That's
don't.
good. That's good. And how long have you found, at what point, I should say, at what point did you realize the importance of community?
That's a great question. So, at the beginning of the pandemic, after I found out that I was producer, again, I didn't know I was producer. I was just helping my dad with the shows. StreamYard, I would go into the StreamYard community and I would help people, show them different things, how to create an overlay, how to
Mm.
add these videos, how to stitch videos together. And StreamYard reached out to me and a couple other, who they call producers, and said, hey, we would like to have you as a resource if people need producers. We would like to have people come to you if they need productions done. And so what that did, number one, so I was so scared, Patrick, to take that on, because when I got in that meeting with other producers, there's about 5 or 6 of them. These are folks that because of the pandemic, they couldn't do their regular TV broadcasting jobs. They're
Mhm.
Broadway. These are producers on Broadway, and you're putting Toya up with these folks that's only done her dad's show. Oh man, but I just had, sometimes you gotta do stuff scared. And honestly, I told the other producers, what, I'm not where you are, but I'm willing to learn because this looks like fun. Period. And so, what I would do, I don't know if I'm answering your question at this point, but what I did, Patrick, was I hired other people. I paid thousands of dollars to these other producers to come to do my shows until I learned how to do it, until I was an expert. So what you asked was, how did what did I do? Why was community important?
Mhm.
Well, I got an influx of people. There were a lot of people, small entrepreneurs, chambers of commerce, all these people, brands throughout the world were coming to me asking me to help produce their shows. And so I could not do that, but at that point by myself, even when I was proficient. So I had to reach out to the community. I had to reach out to people that I had already been doing co-working with, day to day. That's part of what we do in our community is we co-work. We get on a session and we just work together virtually. I had to reach out to those people that I trusted, even if they did not have virtual production skills yet. I already knew that they were people that I could trust, that they show up, and that they are teachable. And if I hadn't had that, I wouldn't have been able to take on the contracts that I was. I made, it was my first time making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And had I not had or tapped into my community, I wouldn't have been able to fulfill the contracts.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Uh, I'm glad that you said that in terms of the ability to scale,
Yeah.
because entrepreneurs, solopreneurs are afraid of embracing community.
Yeah.
So as a result, they don't scale to where they should be.
So true.
Have you found that in your community or in your as your experience?
Absolutely. And I was the same way until I see in this community, you learn about people's dogs and their ailments. You learn about the grandmother. You learn about everything. So you get there's a comfortability. There's a trust. Oh, you need something. Oh, I need something. All those things are part of the community, and so it helps to build up the trust. Where I do like, hey, you know what? I'm about to do this job for Microsoft. Come on, sis, come do it with me. But you've already established community, so you need to do that before stuff starts popping. So it's yeah, it's important to build community before you really need it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Now you have your own community.
Yeah.
Um, Talk about that.
Sure.
And we're also part of another community. So we're part of Erica's community, right?
Yes.
The virtual
Yes.
summiteers. But let's talk about, and shout out to Erica and the crew,
Out.
right? But let's talk about your community and what is it first,
Okay.
and who is part of the community?
Okay, before I do that, I feel just very compelled to really shout out Erica and the Virtual Summiteers. I have learned so many things for being a part of that community. It's Erika. Hola, ¿qué tal? Hey, sis. Oh, my goodness. Hey. So definitely want you to check out the Virtual Summiteers if you are anywhere in the virtual event space. If you're an event manager, if you are producers like us, please come through. I have to shout out Erica because we're in community with Erica. I felt comfortable enough to come on your show. I am behind the camera. I do not really come out to play like this, but because I was in community with you, I trusted you. I know, oh, he's a compassionate man. He's very highly intelligent. He really cares, and it's going to be a good time on his show. And that's because we were part of the same community.
Absolutely,
So, yes,
absolutely. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I like you. I've learned so much on Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Oh my goodness. If I can't come, I'm so sad. Like I really want to be there. Don't want to miss it. Yes. So to answer your question, dear family, all y'all out there, I found it very important for me as an entrepreneur, as we've stated, to have community. I could not, in any way, shape, or form, do it without it. Um, some of the things that I learned as an entrepreneur, well, I didn't really learn until I really got in the trenches. We are told so many things from gurus of how to do this, the blueprint for this, but I didn't really learn them until I actually started doing business. And one of those things I learned is that things are seasonal. There's a cycle. There's times of the year that I have a lot of production work, and then it dries up. Thank God that I also do websites. We design websites in my company, and there's a time that just blows up. No one told me that before. No one told me in this space, and so in this community, I share the things that I know and what I've learned being out here in these virtual streets. Period. And one of the things that really helped me, and there are things that helped me. So one thing is definitely having 24-hour co-working. At any time of the day, you're able to log in. And when you come in, I'll show you, you'll be able to see all the cool layouts that we have. But you're able to come in and you're able to talk to whoever's there and bounce your ideas. Some people come in at 3 o'clock in the morning because that's when their children are asleep. That's when they can really take time and do that, right? So we have the 24-hour co-working space. And that's dear to me because that's where everybody that I work with virtually, that's on my team. I met them all in co-working. I met them all co-working. They're in all different parts of the world. And we've never seen each other, but we've worked for years at this point. We've made thousands of dollars together just because we showed up in the same co-working space. Another component is forums. Patrick, that's something that really helped me too, is being able to see what needs, what are some different things. If you're an accountant, you can share all the things about what I need to know about accounting. insurance, what I need to know about insurance for my business. Those type of things I did not really know until I really got into it. And there's forums where you can go through all that type of stuff. So that's part of the community as well. Those are just two pieces. Another is bartering or crowdfunding. That's one that's really important to me because when we started having very good ideas, some of our tech things, we have television channels that we've created. Well, it costs a lot of money to set those up. It costs a lot of money to have the type of content that we want on the channels. So having the crowdfunding space, I can say, hey sis, I need $8,000 so I can do this to make this part of the channel better. Well, I can get that from the bank. The bank didn't want to give me $8,000, but my sister who can afford it and wants to sow into my business, she can do that. Or you may need, $1,000 just so you can do that contract with Microsoft. You just need $1,000 to get there. Well, in our space in CCO, that is something that we do as well. That's just a little bit. That's just part of the community. But those are things that were helpful, things that I needed when I started and didn't have. So we created it in the CCO.
Now that's fantastic. Yeah, because it sounds like it's more than just coming together.
Yeah,
networking.
absolutely.
It sounds like it really are people that have gone through things.
Yeah.
And is willing to help you, whether you are a beginner or more experienced.
You said it absolutely correctly, dear Patrick. I like to call it an ecosystem. It's everything that you kind of need is there. And like you said, there's some people, it really doesn't matter what level you're on. I think reciprocity is is one of those laws, like, natural laws. I help some people and I learn some from people. I get and I give, and that's what happens in the community. And I love that.
That's good. Yeah, that's what we tell our community members too, is just don't take, but also give.
That's right. Yeah. And you'll feel compelled to do that. It doesn't feel good just to take. It feels so good giving and you also receive in return.
Yeah. So who is your community targeted at? Is it only entrepreneurs, small business owners? So let's talk about your target audience or your target member.
Yes. So I tend to build things that I need. And so I'm the target, like a woman, a sister, any women can be a part of this community. A woman that's in business that needs to learn some things, needs to share something. Sometimes you got to get stuff out of you, right? So it's for any woman that's in business, no matter where you are, because again, you can help and you'll learn. You could be making, $50 million. There's still things that you may need to learn because we always need to learn as
Absolutely.
entrepreneurs. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So your profile in terms of women of all different ages, all different backgrounds.
So typically typically the women are about in their 30s to 40s, 30s to 50s is what we have experienced so far. But dear sister, you're welcome. If you're 25, if you're 95, you are welcome. We can all learn and share.
And it's women from all over the world.
All over the world. They're women from all over the world. That was another thing that was important. What I learned from talking to different sisters is that some of the grants that we have available in the States, a lot of my sisters in the Caribbean or different places, they don't necessarily have those type of grants available. And so that's why we wanted to include everybody, because they can take advantage of the crowdfunding no matter where you are in the world.
Fantastic. And it is background-wise, ethnicity is open to anyone, right?
So I'm going to just be totally real with you.
Okay.
We started as a community for women of color, Black women. But what happened was I would meet people. I met a dear sister at the YMCA. She tried to share a book with me. And I said, well, why didn't you, ma'am, so where can I purchase the book? Like, she was telling me all about the book, but she did not give me, a call to action. I was ready to pay for it. I'm an entrepreneur. Sometimes money's low, but I was ready to sell into somebody that day. And she was a white sister. And just meeting her and some others, there's no way I could turn somebody away because of the color, so it's open to all women.
So it's inclusive.
It's inclusive.
Awesome. I like that. That's great. Now, if someone want to be part of it or to find out more about it, where do they go?
Yeah, I have a link here.
And I think I have it too. I can share it.
Okay. ACCO Club in the private chat.
I think you sent it to me.
Yep. That's it.
All right.
Yes.
and we'll put it also in the description. We'll drop it in the chat too.
Fantastic.
So when someone comes here, what do they see?
Yeah, so when you come here, dear sister, you'll see a link where you are able to you're able to join the club if you're interested. It's lifetime. I don't know how long my partner's going to allow this, but right now it's a lifetime. You can click that link and you can join CCO Club for $2.99 for a lifetime, dear sister. So this is a great time to join. Also, we do have a free event every Friday at 1:00 p.m. It is a speed networking. And so you get a taste of the platform where our 24-hour collab is. We have speed networking that happens in that place. And if you enter your email, you will receive the link for the speed networking. It's absolutely free. Happens every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
All right. I'm going to try to see if I can share the site here. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Okay.
Not sure if I can, but I'm going to try to bring it up.
Okay.
And let others see what it looks like. Let me see if I can share my screen.
And if not, I can do it as well.
I got it here. Is that it?
What I found out is our potential clients, they were learning and navigating
this is the one that
virtual
you sent
as well.
Me, right?
And so as we started working together, they want certain things done graphically.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're playing the video.
Okay. All right. So is that the site or is that the...
That's the link that I have here. But if they want to go straight to ccioclub.com, they can go there as well, and they can see all the information.
All right. So yeah. So I'm going to share that again so that folks can see, get an idea. So that's the video.
Was because I was able to have that collaboration.
And there you are, Toya, on the right.
I was able to contact you. You were part of the community, so then we had someone to help with the video creation. Like I could have done that.
Okay.
You know, and I love how you said that because
what
good. You're saying is that
we will put the link again in the chat, and it's right here. So, folks, if you want to be a member or join or find out more about first more about what the community is about, you can just click on that link or copy that link, go for it. And then Toya will, I'm sure she'll follow up with you. Toya, you were mentioning an investment while I was trying to pull that up. Could you repeat what the investment is, please?
What investment?
To be part of the community, or is there an investment?
Yes. So it is currently we're offering a lifetime membership of $2.99 to be a part of the community. As we grow, everything that is upgraded, you'll get those upgrades as well. And it's $2.99 for the whole lifetime to be part of CCO. And dear sister, that is a tax write-off, that $2.99. So we encourage you to come on and be a part of the membership. When you're part of the membership, we can really become a cohort and really focus to help each other. Our hashtag is better together. We are better together. And we got to be in community to really, really, really support and help each other. So you're invited.
All right, Toya, we have about 1 minute left. What would you like to say to our viewers? Any last words?
So I'm feeling in my spirit. I feel like there may be some newer entrepreneurs here. So one thing I just want to encourage you, dear brother, dear sister, to go for it, whatever that is. Maybe you started in your business, but you just didn't go all the way there. Go ahead and do it. If there's something that God has put into you to do it, absolutely do it. You'll feel better. You'll be better because that's part of what you're supposed to do. So just go for it. And also just always understand we are all better together. So partner up and support each other because we're better together.
All right, Toya. Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. Folks, if you would like to learn more about Toya, learn more about her community, I will drop the information, the link in the chat after the show is finished. It's already in the description, so make sure that you go ahead and be part of the community. If you are a female, any part of the world, like inclusive, so you can be of any color, make sure that you touch base with Toya and be part of the community. If you're an entrepreneur and you need a community in order to thrive, make sure that you do that. Toya, thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Hopefully we will see each other tomorrow. I think we may be on tomorrow, right?
Awesome.
So God bless you, and we'll see you down the road or tomorrow.
All right. Bye, family.
All right. So we've been talking to Toya Glenn. She is the owner and CEO of a serial entrepreneur. she's involved with many other things, but make sure that you click on the link. I'll put that in the chat for you so that you can go ahead and click on it and learn more about her community. So remember, we all need each other. None of us have been successful. I haven't seen anyone that has been successful on their own. We all need each other. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you are CEO, wherever you are, we need each other. So be a part of a community. If you want to join Toya's community, or if you would like to join our community, which for leaders, which is MPACT Leaders CONNECT Community, you can do that as well. So that's about it, folks. I want to thank Toya for being here. I want to thank you for being here. Another episode of The 30. Join us next week. We have something very special for you on this episode. This is episode 221. Next week on episode 222, we'll have something very special for you. So as we leave, may God bless you and your family. Check out the MPACT Leaders CONNECT Community. I'm going to drop some information here for you before we end. So until then, be blessed. We'll see you next week.